Okay, I bet you're interested in the part two of what happened. As I said, I was sick and needed help. And he suggested that I figure out a way to get more rest. And I realized right there, I have my mundane together? No, I don't. My mundane was not together because honestly, I was unhappy. And I knew that at any given time, if I just dropped one of these balls, if I quit one of my jobs, or if I didn't go to work, we wouldn't make enough money to pay all the bills. So my mundane was not together. I realized that I was carrying an emotional burden with him that was actually bringing me down mentally and spiritually. And I had to re examine myself. I had to re examine my circumstance. And I made decisions. So, one of the things I decided was in order for me to be a happy person, I had to be honest with myself. And I had to be honest with whomever I decided to have a relationship with. Brutally honest. Not in a bad way, but in a way that left no wiggle room for a person to interpret what I define as happiness. Okay? And I want to make things clear. We, by nature, as humans, we are not selfish. We're selfless. We give and give and give. But that's not always healthy. Sometimes you have to ask for help and ask for someone to give back. It's important for balancing. And it's also important in your magical work, too. If you do not allow others to give to you, you're denying them their blessings of the universe. Learning how to give is an important lesson that everybody needs to learn. People need to learn how to share, to give, even to ask. It is important. So before you tell a person, oh no, I got it, don't worry about it. Let them help you. It's them getting a blessing and you're allowing them to get it by letting them help you. So allow that. Back on subject. I say all that to say this. Take care of your mundane life just as much as you take care of your spiritual. Probably more. Because if you care for your spiritual life, that's wonderful. But if you allow your mundane to go to, hell in a handbasket, you're not going to have a spiritual life. You're not going to be able to meditate in a house that you don't pay the rent in. You're not going to be able to meditate at all if you're stressed. So, yes, don't ever doubt it. The mundane and the spiritual complement each other. They go together. They merge together well. And don't ever take it for granted that everything could just work out. Yeah, we have to put energy towards these actions. All right, for those who are like, well, I need to be a millionaire, so I'm going to cast a spell to be a millionaire. Let's start small and work our way up. Let's cast a spell for a good job that pays all our bills so that we can settle back and just think about magical things and meditation and things like that. Okay? So now that I'm going to conclude it, I should have concluded this the last video, but I didn't. I'm saying all that to say this. This is going to be a really quick video, obviously. Guys, eat well. Don't eat a hamburger. I'm going to try to stretch this video out. So, really eat well. Don't try to do a hamburger and think you're going to be able to meditate with a hamburger in your system. Yeah, you'll be grounded. You'll be grounded all the way to sleep. Keep it a little lighter. See, this is where the complementary of the mundane complements the spiritual. I'm not going to eat a hamburger and meditate. I know I will be overgrounded. I'll be grounded to sleep. I'm going to eat a salad and then meditate. I'm going to eat light and meditate. All right? Another way of meditation and another way of mashing the spiritual with the mundane is I do gardening. I find that when I'm out and I'm communing with Mother Nature and we're talking to each other and they're telling me what's going on, and I talk to the plants as I plant them in the ground, this is a form of meditation. I'm physically growing vegetables that's going to feed my body and keep me healthy because they're organic and I know where they're coming from. But spiritually, I'm talking to Mother Earth. I'm getting in touch with the plants. The plants are talking back to me because I'm quiet and I'm just listening with my inner voice. And the two are complementing each other. And there are a lot of activities you can do where one complements the other. And that's really great in order to stay kind of grounded. Because it's like a scale, it goes up and down, up and down. But it doesn't have to crash down. That's up to you. So remember, when you take chemicals into your body, like really nasty foods with processed foods and such, does it affect you emotionally? Yes, because all of a sudden you're too drained. You can't focus. Why? You ate bad food, mundane, and it affects your being able to focus, spiritual. The mundane affects the spiritual. All right? It always has, it always will. And I know a lot of people are like, no, no, I'm good. All right, you come off. You're going to go. You're going to meditate. And you're wearing a pair of blue jeans that are way too tight. So you're like, okay, can't get on the floor. It hurts. Got to unbutton that top button. Here's a suggestion. If you're going to meditate, here's some choices. Either do it in a pair of comfortable sweatpants or do it nude. Sky clad. It's fine. You're comfortable. You don't think about clothes. Make sure that if you do have to wear clothes because it's cold, wear a pair of sweatpants. They're comfortable, they're loose. They make meditation much more doable and comfortable. And that's another way. The physical affects the mental, the mundane affects the spiritual. There's a lot of ways. But again, I can finally put some time on this video. I can end it at a good place. Don't expect the spiritual just to fall in line because you want it to. You do have to work for that, you know. You do have to work for it. You know, when you come home, first spiritual. Thanks to God that you got home in one piece. Because a lot of people didn't do that. Then, when you start dinner, that's a mundane thing. But as you add herbs, think about where these herbs came from. Think about what these herbs represent. A basil plant would be male energy. Well, that brings abundance. You're sprinkling on your family's food. You're drawing abundance into their lives. And that's wonderful. They may need that. So theirs were cooking, which is a physical yet a spiritual thing, does affect the mundane. So don't think that one goes without the other. The mundane will affect your spiritual, and your spiritual will always affect your mundane. Don't try to separate them. Figure out a way to merge them together respectively. Anyway, this is Earthy Wise Woman. I'm going to sign off now. Bye bye.